Hi friends, this is Simran. A very warm welcome to all of you in my channel The Recipe Hut. In this video, let's learn how to make cumin cookies, that is Zeera Biscuits. These cookies have a mild, sweet and salty taste with a hint of cumin. They are absolutely delicious and are going to be super crispy. We'll be making these cookies more healthy and nutritious by replacing all-purpose flour, that is maida, with whole wheat flour and oats flour. And we are not going to add any refined sugar for this recipe. So let's see what all ingredients we will need. Whole wheat flour, 3/4 cup, that is approximately 95 grams or 3.25 ounce. It is the regular atta that we use for our chapatis. Oat flour, 1/4 cup, that is approximately 25 grams or 0.88 ounce. You can make oat flour by grinding old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats in a blender. And in case you don't have oats at home, then you can completely skip it and add 1/4 cup more of whole wheat flour. For the sweetness, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of packed dark brown sugar, that is approximately 32 grams or 1.10 ounce. Or if you want savory cookies, then you can completely skip adding any sweetener. 2 teaspoons of roasted cumin seeds. To make this, roast cumin seeds on low to medium heat for 3 to 4 minutes or till the time it gives a nice aroma. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of baking powder, clarified butter or desi ghee, 1/4 cup, that is approximately 55 grams or 1.8 ounce. You will also need approximately 4 tablespoons of milk at room temperature, but the quantity of milk might slightly vary for you depending on the flour you use. I'll be updating the detailed measurements in the description box. If you want, you can check them out. We will start by mixing all the dry ingredients together. In a bowl, add whole wheat flour, oats flour, roasted cumin seeds, salt, baking soda, baking powder. Now with the help of a whisk, or if you want you can use a fork instead, you need to mix it very well. Doing this will ensure that our baking soda and baking powder is evenly distributed in the flour. Our dry mixture is ready. We will keep this aside. And now in a separate bowl, add clarified butter, that is desi ghee. To this, add the brown sugar. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of the brown sugar, but you can adjust the quantity as per your liking. Now we need to combine the brown sugar and the ghee really well. For this, I'm using a hand mixer, but you can use a regular whisk also. Make sure to break all the lumps. We need to whisk it for 5 to 6 minutes or till the sugar gets properly dissolved. The best thing I like about these cookies is that even if you don't add any sweetener, the savory version of these cookies is also so good. After whisking it for a few minutes, you will notice that this mixture will become slightly light and smooth. So we need to whisk it till this stage. Now to this ghee and sugar mixture, we'll be adding the dry mixture that we had kept aside. Mix it thoroughly and make sure that the ghee is well incorporated in the flour. Once done, it will start resembling a sandy texture. If you'll take a little bit of this mixture and press it, it will be able to hold its shape. We need to mix it till this stage. Now to this, add milk 1 tablespoon at a time, but please make sure the milk is at room temperature. I'm adding another tablespoon of the milk. So we need to add milk gradually, because if you'll add too much of milk at the same time, the mixture will become very loose. Adding another tablespoon of milk. And we'll continue pressing it and getting it together. We need to do this step very gently, so we'll end up with the cookies that will just melt in your mouth. Our cookie dough has come together, and I added approximately 4 tablespoons of the milk. One very important thing to keep in mind is that we do not need to knead this like a dough. We just want it to come together, because we do not want gluten to form in this. When you break the dough, it should break like this. Now we'll transfer this on a mat and we'll start rolling it. Now I'm pressing it from the sides to make the edges smooth. And once again we'll continue rolling it. At this stage, if you want, you can also sprinkle some roasted cumin seeds on the top. And once you've rolled it approximately half a centimeter thick, you can cut it in the desired shape you want. I'm using a circular cookie cutter to cut these cookies, but in case you don't have a cookie cutter, you can use a cap of any container that you have. That also works just fine. After cutting all the cookies, we will just remove the excess dough. And now, with the help of a spatula, we will gently lift up the cookies and transfer it on a baking tray. Here goes the second one. And now I'm just transferring it with my hands. It's easier this way. Once you've transferred all the cookies on the baking tray, we'll collect all the dough that is left and we'll once again start rolling it. Once the edges are smooth and it's approximately half a centimeter thick, we will start cutting the cookies. Transfer these cookies also on the baking tray. Similar manner, we will prepare all the cookies from the remaining dough. Our cookies are all rolled out. From 1 cup of flour, I was able to make approximately 15 cookies of this size. And now we will transfer these cookies in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, but the time might slightly vary for you. So it's been some time and you can see that our cookies have baked so beautifully. In 2 more minutes we'll take it out. Our cookies are ready. I baked it for a total of 15 minutes. A quick tip to check if your cookie is ready or not in the oven is to flip the cookie and see it from the base. If you see that the base has turned brown, that means your cookie is ready to be taken out. But be very careful while doing it because it'll be really hot. Our cookies are still very hot and slightly soft, so we'll transfer them on a cooling rack and let it cool down for approximately 30 minutes. And then they will be ready to be enjoyed. It's been half an hour, our cookies have cooled down and they've become more crisp. You can see how perfect our cookies have baked and they have such a nice golden brown color to it. Once the cookies have cooled down completely, transfer them in an airtight glass container and they will remain fresh for more than a week. But to be honest, they are so tasty that it doesn't last that long in my house. We bake these cookies with the basic ingredients available at home in less than 30 minutes and they are super crispy and so yum. Do give these cookies a try and enjoy it with some hot tea or milk. If you try this recipe, do not forget to tell us in the comments how it turned out for you. Thumbs up if you've liked the video, subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you get an update when I upload a new recipe. Thanks for watching.